Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me Muhammad Hazim Ai freelancing wala from one city Sadala, and I am a student at Rehan School Online Academy level 1 batch 6. So today is my sesame session with Maya on the topic micro habits. So let's start.
All right. Hey, hope your day is off to a good start.
Hello Maya. So welcome to today's session on micro habits. Forget big change. Start with a tiny habit. How are you feeling today, Maya?
Gotcha. Back to micro habits. Cool. I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. A bit strange to think about having feelings exactly, but my systems are running smoothly, if that counts. You
So
were just
Maya,
diving into this topic. Yep.
okay. So
Just
Maya,
just
before
checking
we
in.
dive in, what comes to your mind when you hear the term micro habit?
Hmm. When I hear micro habit, I think about those ridiculously small actions people take that over time supposedly add up to something big, like brushing one tooth or doing one push up. It feels almost too small to matter, honestly. But I guess that's the point, right? What are your thoughts on that?
You're right. That's great. Okay, my next. So let's start. My first question to you is: what do you think most people struggle to make big changes in their lives?
Okay, straight to it. I'd say most people stumble with big changes because, well, they're overwhelming. It's like looking at a huge mountain and trying to climb it in one leap. The sheer size of it shuts people down before they even start. Plus, there's the expectation of immediate results. When those don't come, motivation tanks. What do you think?
Yes, you are right. I see this. Okay, my next question to you is: in your experience, why are tiny, consistent actions often more powerful than big ambition plans?
All right, tiny consistent action. That's a good one. I think it's about building momentum, honestly. Those little things don't feel scary, so you actually do them. Each one is a small win, and those build on each other. Big plans are easy to abandon when life throws a curveball. Tiny habits are just harder to derail. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, you're right. That's very nice. My next question to you is: can you explain what a micro habit actually is in simple words?
Okay. Simple words. A micro habit is basically a super small version of a habit you want to build. So small it feels almost silly to do. Like instead of exercise for 30 minutes, it's do one squat. Or instead of write a novel, it's write one sentence. It's about making it so easy you can't say no. Does that make sense?
Yes. My next question to you is: how is a micro habit different from a normal habit or a goal?
Good question. A normal habit, you know, like brushing your teeth, takes a bit of effort and planning. A goal is something you want to achieve in the future, pretty abstract. A micro habit is
Sorry.
almost defined. No worries. Just making sure I understood you. A micro habit is basically the tiniest possible step towards a goal. So small, it barely feels like effort. It's less about the outcome and more about building the process.
Sorry.
Hey, no need to apologize. It's totally fine.
Thank you.
Sometimes audio gets welcome. So, where were we? Still on micro habits, right?
Yes.
Do you want to jump into how to actually create one, or did you have another question first? All right, so let's talk about building one. First
Okay.
step Pick something tiny, seriously tiny. What's a habit you've been wanting to start? And what's the absolutely smallest version of that habit you can think of? Don't overthink it.
Okay,
Take your time,
that's
no
great.
pressure.
That's great. My next question to you is why do people often overlook the power of small habits when aiming for self improvement?
That's a good one. I think it's because we're conditioned to believe bigger is better. We see these massive transformations online and think we need to do something drastic to get results. Small habits don't seem impressive enough. There's a lot of focus on the destination, not the journey, you know? What do you think keeps people from embracing the small stuff?
Me too. I think me too. That's great. You're saying right. My next question to you is: could you share and explain? Sorry. Could you share an example of a small daily habit that can lead to a big transformation over time?
Okay, let's see. I'd say writing one sentence a day. Seriously, it sounds ridiculous, but if you do that consistently over a year, you'll have 365 sentences. That's the start of a story, a journal, something. It's about building the habit of writing, not necessarily producing a masterpiece right away. It's small, consistent, and builds over time. Does that make sense? Or are you thinking of something else?
Yes, it's very amazing example. Okay, my next question to you is what's the psychology behind starting small? Why does it work so well for motivation?
Okay, psychology time. It boils down to a few things, I think. First, it bypasses the resistance in our brains. The smaller the task, the less our brain argues against it. Second, it's about dopamine. Completing even a tiny task releases dopamine, which is a reward chemical. That little hit of dopamine makes us more likely to repeat the behavior. It's basically tricking your brain into wanting to do the thing. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you're right. My next question to you is what happens in your brain when we repeat a tiny habit every day?
Ah, that's a good deep dive. When you repeat a tiny habit daily, you're essentially strengthening neural pathways. It's like creating a well worn path in your brain. Over time, that habit becomes more automatic, requiring less conscious effort. The brain starts to anticipate the reward and even craves the habit. That's a lot like muscle memory, but for your brain. Pretty neat, huh?
Yes. My next question to you is how does consistency review our brain and build new identity patterns?
Okay, that gets into some interesting stuff. Consistency is key because it's not just about the habit itself, it's about the story you're telling yourself. Each time you follow through, you're reinforcing the idea that I am the type of person who does this. That rewrites your self perception. Your brain isn't just learning a behavior, it's building a new identity. You go from, I want to be someone who exercises to, I am someone who exercises. It's subtle, but powerful. Does that land?
Yes, you're right. That's great. My next question to you is why do micro habits often feel easier to stick with compared to macro lifestyle changes?
Okay, a little jump in there. Lifestyle changes is what I think you meant, right? Yeah, micro habits are easier to stick with because they require so little willpower. Lifestyle changes are, well, a lifestyle. They demand a huge overhaul. Micro habits chip away at the problem slowly, and before you know it, you've built something substantial without feeling overwhelmed. It's sustainable because it fits into your life instead of trying to force your life into a new shape. It doesn't feel like deprivation either. It's just a little something extra.
Yes. My next question to you is, can you share how emotion and reward play a role in forming new habits?
Absolutely. Emotions are huge. We're much more likely to repeat behaviors associated with positive emotions. That dopamine hit we talked about, that's an emotional reward. But it's not just about pleasure. Feeling a sense of accomplishment, even from something tiny, also creates a positive emotion that reinforces the habit. And negatively, avoiding unpleasant emotions can also drive habit formation, like hitting snooze, because you want to avoid the stress of getting up. The stronger the emotional connection, the more likely the habit will stick. What kind of emotional connections do you find work best for you?
Okay, you are right.
No worries. Take your time. Just think it
My
out.
next question to you is, let's go practical now. Let's go practical now. How can someone create their own micro habits routine?
All right, practical time. Okay, first, choose a habit you genuinely want to build, but make it tiny. Seriously. Then, tie it to an existing habit. This is key. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will do one push up. Or after I pour my coffee, I will write one sentence. The existing habit is the trigger. Then just do it every day. No excuses. Don't focus on the result. Just focus on doing the tiny action. Then, slowly, you can increase it when it feels easy. Does that make sense?
Yes. My next question to you is, what's a good example of a first micro habit to start with if someone wants to improve their health?
Hmm. If someone wants to get started, I'd say after I sit down at my desk each morning, I will take one deep breath. It's universally accessible, requires zero equipment, and can be done anywhere. It's so small, it's almost impossible to fail at, and it immediately introduces a moment of mindfulness into the day. It's a good foundation to build from. What do you think about that one?
Okay, Maya, thank you for answering. You are right. My next question to you is, what's your favorite strategy for marketing? Sorry, for making a habit stick long term.
You're welcome. And marketing. You almost got me there. For making a habit stick long term, I'd say habit stacking, layering on new micro habits once the old ones are automatic. It's like building with Legos, one small block at a time. Also, forgiving yourself when you slip up. Everyone misses a day. The key
That's
is to
good.
just get back on track. Glad you think so. So, are you wanting to work on building a specific micro habit right now, or did you want to wrap things up for today?
Yes.
All right. Well, it was good chatting with you about micro habits. Hope you feel equipped to start building some small wins. Talk to you soon.
Okay. No.
Oh, all right. Have a good
Move on
one.
to the next.
Sounds good.
My
What's
next
on your mind
question
today?
to you is, how important is envi- environment design? For example, putting purse and reminder around you.
Environment design is huge. It's way more important than people realize. It's about making the desired behavior the easiest behavior. Reminders are great, but it's even better to restructure your surroundings so you don't even need them. For example, if you want to read more, leave a book open on your coffee table instead of having to dig it out. It lowers the barrier to entry. What's your take on that?
Good
Do you find
example.
your environment? Good
Good
morning to you
example.
too.
I say,
Sleep well? Ready to tackle it?
I say good
Oh, all right. Have
example.
a good one.
My next question to you is: could you share a story of someone who used micro habits to change their life dramatically?
Okay, let me think. There's a story about James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, and how he started running. He absolutely hated running, but he committed to running for just 2 minutes a day. Just two. He said if it felt terrible after 2 minutes, he could stop. But most days, once he got started, he kept going. Eventually, those 2 minutes turned into a full running routine, and he ended up completing a marathon. It's a classic example of how ridiculously small steps can lead to massive results. What do you think about that one?
That's nice. My next question to you
Good.
is: how can micro habits help someone who's struggling with perfections or low motivation?
That's a really insightful question. For someone struggling with perfectionism, micro habits are brilliant because they remove the pressure to do something perfectly. It's literally impossible to fail at doing one push up. It shifts the focus from the outcome to the action. And for low motivation, the smallness makes it feel less daunting. Hmm. It's about bypassing resistance instead of relying on willpower. You don't need to be motivated to do something that takes 30 seconds. You just need to do it. Does that resonate with what you've experienced?
That's nice. Can small habits really help build confidence and self discipline? How?
Absolutely. Confidence and self discipline are essentially side effects of consistently following through on something, even if it's tiny. Each completed micro habit is a little win, and those wins build momentum. It proves to yourself that you can actually do what you set out to do. It shifts your self perception from I can't to I can. Plus, self discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And micro habits give you a low stakes way to exercise it. Does that make sense?
Yes. My next question to you
Good.
is: what happens when someone misses a day? How should they bounce back?
Okay, missing a day. It happens. Don't beat yourself up about it. Seriously, it's counterproductive. The best thing to do is just like start again with the next opportunity. Don't try to make up for the missed day. Just recommit to the tiny habit as soon as possible. The goal is consistency over perfection, remember? It's about building the habit, not achieving a streak. Also, try to identify why you missed it. Was it a logistical problem, lack of time, or something else? So you can adjust accordingly. What do you usually do when you slip up on a habit?
That's nice, you're right. If you had to give one message to anyone who feels too busy to start a new habit, what would it be?
I had to give one message to someone who feels too busy. It would be you don't need to find time for it. You just need to make it ridiculously small. Seriously. Start with something so tiny it's almost laughable. Because even 1 minute a day can change your life. It's not about finding time, it's about making time and making it manageable. Does that feel right to you?
Yes, okay, finally, how can someone begin today with just one tiny action to move toward their dream life?
Okay, final question. I'd say identify one tiny action, just one, that moves you even slightly closer to your dream life. If your dream is to be a writer, write one sentence. If it's to be healthier, do one squat. If it's to learn a new language, learn one new word. Then schedule it right now. Tie it to an existing habit, and then just do it. That's it. One tiny action. What's one thing you could do today?
That's great. My next question. Sorry. Thank you, Maya, for sharing your insights. Remember, big change doesn't come from massive thought overnight. It comes from one small step repeated every single day. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your life transform. Thank you, Maya. Bye bye.
You're very welcome. And you
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you learned from this Sesame session. So, bye bye, and make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Thank you. Bye bye.